go into like, because they end up defeating him, which
Yeah.
was a fucking good fight. Because Todoroki shows up and fucks this nigga, helps fuck this
They
nigga
did
up.
it in numbers.
Yeah, but the cool thing was that it's I like the way they placed the events.
Hmm.
So Deku gets to the point where he can, on his own, he starts to make All for One his own. Remember, because his whole thing was that they're like, dude, you're idolizing All Might. Like, this is
Yeah.
your power now. You got to make it your own. So he starts to finally come into his own as a hero. And right after he starts to come into his own as a hero, Stain's like, hey, I accept you as a hero. Like, I accept your ideals.
Well,
So I think the timing of that was pretty
yeah.
cool.
I mean, that was, I think the cool part was that he noticed it in Deku and only
Yeah.
Deku.
Yeah.
He didn't notice it in anybody else. He was like, you are the only pure-hearted superhero
That's
that
here.
I've seen
Yeah.
in years, with the exception of All Might.
Of All Might, which was a weird fanboy kick that I actually liked, that little twist that they put
Right.
on him,
And
where All Might inspired him to be this
Right.
way, which was a
Right.
cool twist on the way he thinks.
Yeah, and you'll see a cool moment with Stain in the future. So definitely
Keep an eye
stay
out on
tuned.
it. Yeah.
And that's part of why we love him so much, in that, yeah, he does do some fucked up shit, but he has an
A moral
honorable
compass.
code
Yeah.
that you can see, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And it was cool because even in that moment where he's getting defeated, and even Ida comes to the realization where he's like,
he
"Oh,
learns.
this isn't heroic."
I was consumed
after
with
revenge.
revenge.
Yeah.
I was consumed by I don't think he actually did that, but I could
him
just
pretending to be a bad guy. Do that impression. I love that shit.
yeah. Yeah, where he's like I know we just fought him, Deku, but he didn't actually do this. I'm just making shit up.
No, you do the one with Uraraka where she's
Udara-
fucking hiding.
I knew you'd come here, Uraraka, but I've removed everything from the room. What are you gonna do now?
Yes, sir.
And
He played
he's
such a
acting
good
like
bad
a
guy. That's a
villain.
solid impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like in that moment, he realized, he's like, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing here, dude? Like, I am fucking up, and people are gonna potentially die because of my mistake." Like, it's fucking wild.
But that moment that Stain had, saving Deku from that Nomu, where he jumped up, and because they
that's cool because they're fighting.
Out,
Yeah,
and they're fighting that big ass Nomu, and then you see Stain fucking pull up and slice the Nomu's head off.
Yeah, that was dope because it just goes to show how strong his ideals are. Where he's like, "Yo, if I deem you worthy, like, you need to live." And it just goes to show, like, he was just trying to fight him, and Deku was trying to fuck him up. Deku did fuck him up. Deku and Todoroki.
Yes.
And they
or
did
no.
fuck him
It
up.
was Deku and Ida who like double punched him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Todoroki was there.
Yeah. And so like, he just knocked this nigga out, and he jumped in front of him to save him. It was funny that he fucking had like a blood fucking clot burst or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Oh, I'm not fucking done. Let's fucking."
Well, yeah, he fucking passes.
Turn into a goddamn gargoyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's just a statue, just fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all on adrenaline at that point.
Yep. He's all fucked up now.
So yeah, that was a funny moment. But then it ends. You see a little bit of Gran Torino and Endeavor fighting those Nomus. Overall, that was a sick ass watch.
Yeah,
that whole internship fight scene was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because it shows their growth, right? Like, it shows how much they grow as people, and then they get into where they're like at the midterm. Is that a midterm? What they were taking, where they're fighting the teachers?
Yeah, so something like
that. It's their midterm test.
Right.
Let's just call it the midterm because I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay.
That was their midterm grade, their final part of their.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was their test. Like, they have their grades obviously up to that point, but it's their test. And they did they fought the teachers.
Two students versus one.
Yeah, they either had to evade or capture. And they had to
decide
capture which one
or get through that door.
And to capture them, they just needed to fucking put the cuffs on them, or to evade them, they had to get out the fucking gate.
And I know we're not gonna get super in depth with all of them, but I do want to point out that the cool part about that activity was they specified the teacher and they specified the terrain for each pair that they matched up, because they didn't allow people to pair. They made forced a certain pair.
And I like that they made the terrain to the teacher's advantage because they had what was it like cuffs or they had something on, some device on that cut their strength in half.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like it was like weights or fucking something. It was
Something.
something they put on
Something for
to
everybody.
cut their strength in half, which
Yeah.
I'm sorry, half of All Might fucking kills Deku and Bakugo. I
Yeah.
apologize for thinking that. I don't think I'm out of line. That's a
Yeah.
plot hole. That is the stupidest shit I've ever
Well,
heard.
he's
This
also
man changed the weather.
he's fully managed his ability because you know how Deku has to process his ability 5% at a time or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be.
whatever. Yeah, it's like a 5 then 8, whatever.
Right.
It
You're
jumps and
talking about a
changes.
you're
Yeah.
talking about a mastered version of All Might. You know, he's gonna know exactly how much power output he's
Yeah, it
putting
is
in
funny that
my
that
opinion.
motherfucker's always like, "Oh, I don't know what your problem is, man. I've been able to always use it at 100%. You're fucking tripping, dude. You're a little
Yeah.
bitch boy, Deku, because I've always been able to do this shit."